Today is a big day for Elena. It is her first day working at a restaurant. She wakes up early in the morning. The sun is shining. The air is quiet. Elena sits on her bed and takes a deep breath. Her heart is beating fast. She feels two things at the same time. She feels excited, but also very nervous. She stands in front of the mirror and looks at herself. She says to her reflection, "You can do this." Her voice is soft, but she wants to feel strong. Elena is afraid of making mistakes. She thinks, what if I forget something? What if I drop a plate? What if the customers are not nice? These thoughts make her feel a little scared. But she takes another deep breath and smiles. Elena puts on her work clothes. She wears a white shirt, black pants, and a green apron. Her hair is tied back. She wants to look clean and professional. She takes a small notebook and two pens and puts them into her bag. She also writes a short note and puts it in her pocket. The note says, "Be brave, be kind, breathe." She leaves her house and walks to the bus stop. On the bus, she looks out the window. She sees people walking, kids going to school, and dogs playing in the park. She puts in her earphones and listens to calm music. The music helps her relax. Elena smiles to herself and thinks, "This is a new beginning. I will do my best." When the bus stops, she gets off and walks toward the restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Sunny Cafe. The words are written in big yellow letters. Elena stops for a moment and looks at the building. She feels a little scared again, but she keeps walking. She opens the door and steps inside. The smell of warm bread and fresh coffee fills the air. The restaurant is busy. People are talking and eating. The sound of forks and cups is all around. Elena sees a tall man standing near the counter. He's wearing glasses and a white shirt. He looks serious, but not mean. "Elena," the man says. "Yes, that's me," she replies. "Welcome," he says. "I'm Mr. Thomas. I'm the manager here." He gives her a notebook and a pen. "Write down every order carefully," he says, "and always check the table number." Elena nods and says, "Yes, sir." Now it's time for her to begin. She walks slowly through the restaurant. Her hands are a little sweaty. Her heart is still beating fast. She looks at the tables. Then she sees a man sitting alone. He is wearing a blue suit and looking at his phone. Elena walks up to him with a big smile. "Hello," she says. "Welcome to Sunny Cafe. What would you like to order?" The man looks up and says, "I'll have the spaghetti and a soda." Elena writes it down in her notebook. Spaghetti, soda, table 5. She repeats the order back to him. "Spaghetti and soda, right?" The man nods. "Yes, thank you," he says. Elena walks quickly to the kitchen. She is careful, but she feels excited. The kitchen is hot and full of noise. Pans are moving. Food is cooking. A woman is standing at the stove. Elena says, "Order for table 5." The woman nods and starts cooking. After 5 minutes, the food is ready. Elena picks up the hot plate of spaghetti and the cold soda. Her hands shake a little. She whispers to herself, "Okay, table 5." She walks slowly between the tables. She sees the man in the blue suit and walks toward him. She feels proud. This is her first order. Everything is going well. She takes a deep breath and smiles. This is just the beginning. Elena has taken her first step into something new. She is nervous, but she is trying. And that is what matters most. When you try something new, it's okay to be afraid. What's important is that you keep going. Now let's continue with her story in part 2. Mistakes will happen, but they will help Elena grow. Elena walks into the kitchen. She gives the order to the chef. The kitchen is hot and busy. There are many sounds: pans clanging, oil sizzling, people talking. A woman with short black hair is cooking. She turns and smiles at Elena. "You must be new," the woman says. "Welcome. I'm Maria, the chef." Elena smiles. "Thank you. It's my first day." Maria gives her a thumbs up. "You'll be fine." A few minutes later, a small bell rings. The food is ready. Elena takes a deep breath. She picks up the plate of hot spaghetti and the cold glass of soda. She holds them carefully. Her hands are shaking a little, but she tells herself, "I can do this." She walks slowly through the restaurant. She looks at the tables. Then she sees the man in the blue suit. He is still looking at his phone. Elena feels sure that he is the right person. She walks up to him with a smile. "Here's your food," she says. The man looks up. He frowns. "I didn't order this." Elena freezes. Her smile fades. She looks at her notebook. It says spaghetti and soda, table 5. She looks at the table number. It says table 6. Her heart drops. She gave the food to the wrong person. Just then, a woman speaks. "Excuse me," she says kindly. "That's my order." Elena turns and sees a woman with curly hair. She is sitting at the next table. Elena looks again at the table numbers. Yes, this is table 5. Elena made a mistake. Her face turns red. Her hands feel sweaty. She wants to run. She wants to disappear. But she takes a deep breath. "I'm so sorry," she says to the man in the suit. "This is not your food." "Let me fix this." She turns to the woman. "Is this your order?" "Yes," the woman says with a smile. Elena carefully lifts the plate and the drink from the man's table and places them in front of the woman. The woman laughs. "It's okay," she says. "Everyone makes mistakes." Elena smiles back, but inside she still feels embarrassed. It is her first day. She wanted everything to go perfectly. But it didn't. She turns to walk back to the kitchen to fix the order for table 6. But suddenly, she hears a loud crash. She looks down. The glass of soda has fallen. It is on the floor. Ice is everywhere. The brown soda is spreading quickly. It is going under the tables. People are looking at her. The restaurant becomes quiet. Elena stands still. She feels like crying. Her eyes feel hot. Her hands are shaking. She wants to run away, but she doesn't. She kneels down and starts to clean the mess. She grabs some napkins and begins to wipe the floor. Then, she hears a voice. "Don't worry, I'll help." She looks up. It is the man in the blue suit. He is kneeling next to her. He is smiling. "You're doing great," he says kindly. Elena feels a small smile return to her face. "Thank you," she says softly. They clean the floor together. When the floor is dry, Elena hurries back to the kitchen and brings a new soda. She walks back to the man and places it in front of him. "Here you go, sir. Thank you for your patience." The man nods. "No problem. Good luck on your first day." Elena feels better. She still feels a little embarrassed, but she also feels proud. She made a mistake, but she fixed it. Back in the kitchen, Mr. Thomas is watching her. He walks over. Elena feels nervous. Is she in trouble? But Mr. Thomas smiles. "You fixed the problem well," he says. "Next time, just check the table number first." Elena nods. "Yes, sir," she says. She looks around the restaurant. People are eating and talking again. The noise is back. Everything feels normal. Elena takes a deep breath. She smiles. Today she made mistakes. She felt nervous and embarrassed, but she didn't give up. She stayed calm. She fixed her mistakes. And that is how we grow. Mistakes are not the end, they are the beginning of learning. Let's continue to part 3, where Elena starts to feel more confident and helps someone else too. The rest of Elena's day gets better. After her mistakes, she feels more careful. She checks the table numbers twice before giving food. She repeats each order clearly to every customer. Her hands are not shaking anymore. She walks with more confidence. Her smile is real now, not just something she puts on to hide her fear. She takes another order from a young woman at table 3. "A sandwich and a coffee, please," the woman says. Elena writes it down and repeats it with a smile. "1 sandwich and 1 coffee for table 3. The woman nods and smiles big. Elena feels good. She is starting to enjoy this. Later, while serving food, a man says to her, "You have the warmest smile in this cafe." Elena is surprised. She laughs a little. "Thank you," she replies. That small compliment gives her even more confidence. She starts to feel like she belongs here. The cafe is no longer a scary place. It is starting to feel like a place where she can grow. In the afternoon, a new girl arrives at the restaurant. She looks very nervous. Her hands are shaking, and she keeps looking down. Elena sees herself in that girl. Just a few hours ago, she was the same. Now she feels stronger. She walks up to the girl and says, "Hi, I'm Elena. Is this your first day?" The girl nods. "Don't worry," Elena says. "I made 2 mistakes already, but I learned. You will too, you'll be fine." The new girl smiles. "Thanks, that helps a lot." Elena shows her where to put her bag and how to take orders. She explains how to carry plates safely and how to speak to customers in a friendly way. Elena never thought she would be helping someone else on her first day, but now she is. And it feels good. Later that day, Mr. Thomas calls her to the counter. Elena walks over, a little nervous again. "Yes, sir," she says. Mr. Thomas looks serious, but then he smiles. "You had a rough start today," he says. "But you didn't give up. You stayed calm. You helped another new worker. That's impressive." Then he opens a small drawer and takes out a little pin. It is a small gold star. On the star, there are 2 words, "Rising Star." He hands it to Elena. "This is for you," he says. Elena looks at the pin, surprised. Her eyes feel warm. She is not sure what to say. "Thank you, sir," she finally says. "I'll keep trying my best." Mr. Thomas nods. "That's all I ask." After her shift, Elena walks to the bus stop. She feels tired, but happy. The sun is starting to go down. The air is cool and soft. She sits on the bus and takes out her notebook. On the last page, she writes a short message to herself. "Today I was scared. I made mistakes. I felt embarrassed. But I didn't stop. I learned. I helped someone else. And I feel proud. Maybe this job is not easy, but I think I'm going to love it." When she gets home, she puts the star pin on her bag. She sees her own smile in the mirror. This time, strong and proud. She remembers her note from the morning. Be brave, be kind, breathe. She did all 3. If you are learning English, remember Elena's story. Maybe you are afraid to speak. Maybe you worry about saying the wrong thing. That's okay. Everyone starts that way. What matters is that you keep trying. Speak even when you feel unsure. Make mistakes, but learn from them. Help others when you can. Your voice matters. Your effort matters. Every small step brings you closer to fluency. Just like Elena, you are on your way from mistakes to mastery. Keep going. You're doing me. Elena's story is simple, but powerful. On her first day at Sunny Cafe, she was nervous and unsure. She was afraid of making mistakes. She was afraid of not doing well. But she still showed up. She prepared carefully. She smiled even when her heart was beating fast. And most importantly, she tried. At first, she made mistakes. She gave food to the wrong customer. She spilled a drink in the middle of the restaurant. People looked at her. She felt embarrassed. But she did not run away. She stayed calm. She apologized. She fixed her mistakes. And she kept going. She also met kind people, like the chef Maria, the man in the blue suit, and her manager, Mr. Thomas. They showed patience and support. They reminded her and us that mistakes are part of learning. By the end of the day, Elena was not the same person. She felt stronger. She helped a new coworker. She earned a small, rising star pin from her boss. She smiled because she was proud of herself. She had turned a difficult day into a powerful learning experience. Now, what can we learn from Elena's story? Mistakes are not the end. They are the beginning. Every time you speak English, you are learning. You may feel scared. You may say the wrong word. You may forget a sentence. But that's okay. That's normal. What matters is that you keep speaking, keep listening, keep trying. Elena didn't speak perfectly. She didn't do everything right. But she showed up. She tried again and again. And in the end, she grew. You can do the same in your English journey. Don't worry if your grammar is not perfect. Don't wait until your accent is perfect. Just start, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. With time, you will speak with more confidence, just like Elena. Congratulations. You have listened to and understood a full English story. That means your listening, reading, and vocabulary are improving already. Keep practicing like this every day, and you will become better and better. Now, here's a fun question to test your memory and help you interact. What did Mr. Thomas give to Elena at the end of her shift? A. A free lunch. B. A small star pin that says Rising Star. Write your answer in the comments, A or B. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Your support gives us the energy to make more free, fun, and useful content like this. And if you enjoy what we're doing and want to help us continue, please consider donating. In the beginning, it's very hard for us to keep going, but we do it because we want to help you learn English for free. Thank you for being part of our journey. Let's keep learning together.